the real feminism wasn't about what it's about today.
Yeah.
Today is about we hate men, but we want their money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, hello, you cannot call yourself a feminist if you want the guy's money.
Right.
That's not what feminism is about.
Yeah.
But that's what it's boiled down to: women robbing men of everything they can,
Right.
by the help of the kids.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what it's actually become to. So
Yeah.
I have helped lots of guys here in Norway that had, for instance, Polish wives, or wives from Lithuania, or the former Eastern Bloc.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these guys have the same issue. Those women go back to their own countries. They get the verdicts that are just horrendous.
Yeah.
And then the institution here enforces those verdicts, and those guys pay like 10, 20. That's like 1,000 to 2,500 euro per child per month. It's I don't know. You're in a Euros.
Yeah, I'm in Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's awful. 10 years ago, I participated in this. It's 10 years ago. This play, I don't know if you've heard about it. Seven.
Mm-hmm.
Seven. It's about 7 different stories of 7 different women around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And in the US, I think it was Angelina Jolie and Meryl Streep playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall something?
No, sorry.
No, but it was very large. Like, it was a big feminist play,
Mm-hmm.
It's a reading play. So you have 7 women sitting on a stage, and they read the stories of 7 women from different kinds of or different sides of the world.
Mm-hmm.
From Afghanistan, from Ireland, from Africa, someplace, and it's so awesome because we really do have women that have severe issues around the world.
Mm-hmm.
We do. Mm-hmm. That's not a question. And for those women, I think that story is very relevant, and it shows how their world is, how their everyday life is. But in the Western societies, like now, we have moved so far away from equality. Mm-hmm. There is no equality anymore. Mm-hmm. This is all about women having super duper rights,
right,
and men being deprived of every right, mm-hmm. every single human right that existed until like 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. The men have been deprived of all of them, So mm-hmm. if you're a white male, oh my God, you're worth less than, mm-hmm. I don't know. I was so shocked because my second husband is from Poland, and he got divorced. Like, we met, he came to Norway to work for me, and what happened.
Yeah.
And he got divorced, and we thought that, well, this is going to be fine because he had an adult daughter. She was 20 at that time, and his sons were 16 and 17, mm-hmm. so young adults, right? So we're not talking about small kids that needed to be taken care of, So, and he left them everything, like everything that he had worked for the past 20 years, he left them everything, Mm-hmm. So we thought, well, this is going to be fine. But she went to court, of course, and she and her adult daughter went to court. They had separate cases because she was an adult, the daughter. And they told so many lies, they lived in a luxury, they were used to this and that and blah, blah, blah. So that's why we need a lot of money, so he has to pay. He gives us all of this money because this is the type of life we've been used to, Mm-hmm. And the courts, of course, I've simplified the Polish family law to one sentence. If you have a pussy, you're always right. Mm-hmm. This is what the family law is about, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because for a man, you can present like 1 million evidence and pictures and whatever to prove your case or your point, your story, and the courts don't even bother looking at it, because in front of the court you have a pussy. There's a pussy standing there and she's saying blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, yes, of course you're right because you're a woman, so you get whatever you want, We don't listen to the man. We don't look at his tax. We don't look at his payrolls. Nothing matters. If the woman says that you earned 5,000 euros and not 1,500, well then 5,000 it is,
Yeah.
And then we give her 3,500 because that's obviously what's correct, because for most women that haven't been working, they have been housewives, right? They get they go to court and they say, oh, I need the money because what am I going to do? That bastard left me or whatever, and he's been a psychopath and he's been this and he's been that. And
how do they get the courts to be so biased towards women? I mean, is it feminism's fault? How is this?
That is exactly. This is it.
I mean, are there male judges? Is it gynocentrism? What would you?
In Poland, I can tell you because I know the Polish statistics like to my tips of my fingernails. 86.5% of all judges in Poland are female.
Ah.
Do you see a problem?
How did this happen?
Feminism happened. 90% of the lawyers in family-related cases, women.
Okay, in Poland.
And you know what the procedure is? The procedure is standard. The procedure is like this. Make the man look like a millionaire. So the judges give you as high support and child support as possible. Extending the income of the man by 2 or 3, that's normal in Poland. Can you imagine? You earn 3,000 euros and now you have to pay 9,000 euros in child support. This is what's going on in Poland every single day. And as a woman, you don't have to prove anything. You just say whatever you want, right? The man produces his evidence, and the judges don't even look at the evidence because it's from a man, We believe the women. We have made there's kind of like environment for giving the women or assuming that the women are telling the truth no matter what. Women are not.
No. Women are definitely liars. We are manipulative. We lie. Anybody. But I know, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, this is the manipulative part of our functioning has kind of been overlooked in order to make women happy. Because you know why all of this child support and everything, you know where this come from? I have read a lot of history. I love history. Sorry. I'm a geek, I read books.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
This whole child support thing, it came out of this that the countries or the governments for each country, they discovered that there were more and more kids being born out of wedlock. Yeah. So they figured, okay, we need to do something, because we cannot pay for the existence of this woman. Somebody has to pay for this.
Right.
And that's how the child support system came out of the ashes,
Because, so they said even if you're not in the picture, you have to pay.
We gotta make the man
I always
pay.
say that because while of course nowadays we have more modern laws and there's child support, of course, in the Caribbean and stuff. But if you look at it culturally in the Caribbean, it was always looked at as the child belongs to the woman, and that's her child. He's not paying anything towards that because that is her child. Unless, then you have marriage and stuff like that, and the guy is basically at the end of the day, it's always been just her responsibility, not his. You know what I mean? from a cultural perspective, but then laws come into perspective, and now we have a completely different culture, which is not bad. They try to take the thing and say, okay, well, now it's both of y'all. That it's two. The child has two. Yeah, and this is not bad. This is not bad. It's just that, yeah, we.
In Poland, they say that they adore the cult of the Holy Mother.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the Holy Mother. Like all the mothers are like holy, because you're a mother, you have a special status.
So is anti-feminism very big in Poland, or how is it?
It is. The women tend to claim that there's a patriarchy going on.
Yeah, these were the original questions. The questions were like, how did you become a non-feminist? What is your thoughts on patriarchy? But we don't have to do that.